This is one of the most ridiculous stores in America. It's a fishing store, and also an aquarium, and an archery range, and a gourmet restaurant. Sounds excessive, but for Bass Pro Shops, this is actually very modest. Because the flagship location in Tennessee, they've got a 32-story pyramid, live alligators, and a 103-room hotel, all for a store that sells fishing line. So here's the actual question. Why does a fishing store need to be this? No other outdoor retailer does this. REI doesn't do this. Camping World doesn't do this. Cabela's does this, but surprise, surprise, they're owned by Bass Pro Shops. To find out, I drove across California to see how a fishing store of this scale actually works. And after spending a day here, what I learned is that it's not spectacle that keeps customers coming back. Bass Pro Shop's secret comes down to 3 things, each pulling you in just a little bit deeper: transaction, experience, and most importantly, how the store starts to reshape your identity. And I know you're thinking, that sounds extreme, a fishing store reshaping your identity.
But trust me, once you see how all this works, you're gonna get it.
All right, we are headed to the location in Rancho Cucamonga. All right, I've got 2 missions while I'm there. The first is, just get a lay of the land, see what the store is like. The second, I'm going on a fishing trip, so I want to get a fishing hat. I have heard that when people enter Bass Pro, they end up doing things that they absolutely would never do otherwise. And so honestly, I'm scared. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Okay, so firstly, I'm noticing this is not a store. This is like a national park that someone decided to build a store around. Giant rock faces, multiple waterfalls, a trout river, a lot of taxidermy. So much, in fact, that one of the employees was telling me this is technically, legally considered a museum here in the state of California. I'm hoping this isn't like a night at the museum type thing where, it comes alive. But, let's keep going. Where are we at right now?
We're at the front entrance.
We are at the front entrance. Here's the thing about Bass Pro Shops. They've engineered their store layout to be as efficient for transactions as possible. Right here, you have like all the regular stuff that people are coming out here for, like apparel, you got the hats. Oh dude, $5.99. I'm gonna be rocking one of these, I think. If you want to get to the boats, that's to the right. If you want to get to the restaurant, that's to the left. All the fishing gear, that's straight back. If you want to get camping gear, even more fishing stuff, or like firearms and optics, if you ever want anything other than just straight up apparel, you need to pass through everything else that the store has to offer, which means that you're probably gonna end up making way more purchases because you're just seeing all of this crazy stuff. And that's how they get you. But I'm trying to be a good boy and I will not be gotten, all right? Do you smell that, by the way?
It smells like fudge.
It smells like fudge. Well, why don't we go? Let's just check it out. Buy 4, get 2 free. Would you have some?
I'll do it.
Yeah. We should go check out the boats. All right, let's go do that. Yep. So Bass Pro seems like it might just be this quirky kind of outdoor camping store, but it's actually one of the largest boat retailers in the entire world. White River Marine Group, which is like the boat arm of Bass Pro, says that it makes the most amount of boats out of anyone in the entire world. And its Tracker brand has had the best-selling boat since 1978, selling over 750,000 boats, according to the boat marketplace ItBoat. So a typical trip to the register at a normal sporting goods store might run you between like 50 to 100 bucks. But a single Tracker boat, that's around $17,000. And so a sale of a single boat is worth more than 100 trips to the register all at once. And I'm not saying people are making like impulse purchases of giant boats, $20,000 to $30,000 boats, but let's just imagine like the average fishing dad. He's in here every few weeks for lines, lures, a new hoodie. He walks past the boat showroom every single time. Doesn't really think much of it. Then 6 months later, he's planning the big trip, the lake, the long weekend, the whole thing. And he already knows exactly where the boats are. Boom. Bass Pro planted a seed that they're able to fish up 6 months later. I'm mixing my metaphors, but like, you get it. Now, beyond the stuff that you buy, there's also plenty to do. And that's the second way that Bass Pro pulls you in deeper, the experiences.
There's multiple aquariums, an archery range, a shooting range, a restaurant.
If you got a good appetite, that one's definitely the way to go.
Dude, this sounds like the Krabby Patty.
One of the employees even gave me a free candied apple. All of this helps folks stick around much longer.
Here's the thing. That was the Rancho Cucamonga location, right? It's nice, but it's nowhere near the craziest Bass Pro has to offer. The Pyramid in Memphis used to be an NBA arena. It's now the flagship location for Bass Pro. It's got an indoor cypress swamp with nearly 600,000 gallons of water features and 100-foot tall cypress trees, plus ponds, alligator pools, and duck aviaries. Not only that, it's got 10 aquariums, some of which hold 600,000 gallons of water and more than 1,800 fish. And that's just a small part of the retail side. The hotel, Big Cypress Lodge, has themed rooms modeled after private cabins, fishing lodges, and tree houses, most with a screened-in porch overlooking Bass Pro Shop's floor or downtown Memphis. Generally, I could keep going. I've mentioned about like 10% of the things that location has to offer. And that's the thing, even me just describing it, you're probably like, wow, that is insane and I want to go someday. But hearing about it and actually experiencing, right, like the second part of how Bass Pro works, transaction experience, actually experiencing it is a whole other ballgame. Oh, dude, hang on. Wait, I actually got something, hold up. Oh, look at this. Oh, we caught a good one. Look at her. It's for you. For years, everyone said stores were dead. Go online or die. Bass Pro did the exact opposite. And that's not a fluke. It's the new logic of retail, and the biggest brands are all running it. So our team broke it down into a free report. 5 trends that are changing modern retail. You get the hard numbers behind billion-dollar brands making money where everyone else saw dead ends. Empty malls, ugly websites, airports that lose money on purpose. Bass Pro was one trend, and there are 4 more. And it's not just the what. The report covers 7 plays you can actually run, whether you own a business or you just want to see where the money is going before the crowd does. So go reel it in, completely free. Link is in the description or scan the QR code on your screen. So as we saw at Rancho, the fun stuff works, but that's the thing that kept bugging me. If it's that simple, get people in, keep them around, walking past the boats and the other apparel, why isn't everyone doing that? Turns out some have tried to bring the outdoor experience to their brands, but they just couldn't make it work. REI, great brand. They ran this whole side business of guided trips and classes. The adventure stuff, sounds perfect. It lost money, like every single year for 40 years, even in its best year. They're hoping for 3 million customers a year. They got around 300,000. That's less than 1% of their own members. And in early 2025, they finally pulled the plug. So why does REI's fun stuff flop and Bass Pro's print money? The answer comes from a company that basically ran the experiment for us, Dick's Sporting Goods. Remember Field & Stream? Probably not, because Dick's built these outdoor stores off on their own, separate from the main shop. And today, all 17 of them are gone. Here's the part that gets me. Dick's took that same stuff, climbing walls, batting cages, and instead built it right inside the regular stores. They call it House of Sport. And that one's still open, still growing. Build the fun stuff into the store, it helps you sell. Split it off on its own, it bleeds cash. Now, to be fair, Bass Pro isn't the only one that figured this out. L.L.Bean does it great as well. Bass Pro just went and built the biggest version on the planet.
Remember at the beginning how I said,
No other outdoor retailer does this.
that's only partly true.
Because there's one store out there that uses a very similar playbook. Giant building, fish tanks, a restaurant inside, the whole thing. It's called Scheels. It's 100% owned by its employees. It's mostly up in the Midwest, and get this, the biggest one down in Texas is the largest sporting goods store on earth. 331,000 square feet. There's a 65-foot Ferris wheel inside, a 16,000-gallon aquarium, a candy shop. So now I've got a problem. If the fun stuff is the secret, and Scheels does the fun stuff, then what does Bass Pro have that Scheels doesn't? And what actually makes Bass Pro unique? Remember earlier when I said Bass Pro makes people do things they would never do anywhere else? I wasn't kidding. People get married there. Pam and Lonnie Harris got married inside the Kodak, Tennessee location in 2020. The bride worked there. They walked down the aisle through the checkout lanes. Brad and Heather tied the knot in a British Columbia store in 2017. Took their photos at the archery range. Shelby and Jake got engaged at the Odessa, Texas store last year. And it happens so often that Bass Pro runs an actual wedding registry. Their hotel inside the Memphis Pyramid, it advertises spaces for up to 280 guests. I actually wanted to talk to one of the couples myself, so I put a post on Facebook and Reddit, but
I don't think I'm a bot.
And it's not just weddings. Every Christmas, Bass Pro runs this thing called Santa's Wonderland. Free Santa photos in all 200 plus stores. They've done it every single year since 2008. For a lot of families, it's just part of the holidays now. One parent put it perfectly. A year without Bass Pro Santa visit is like, well, a year without Santa, period. Some people even build their vacations around it. Drive across state lines, stay at Bass Pro's Big Cedar Lodge outside Branson, Missouri, the same week every year. One person said they'd done it every year for the past decade. You don't do that for a store. You do that for a place that means something to you. Scheels has diehard fans, but nobody is getting married inside of a Scheels. Here's why that matters. Transaction might mean one sale. Experience gets you a regular. But identity, that's a customer who keeps coming back for 30 years. You build a store, you make a sale. You build a landmark, you make a customer for life. That's what I mean when I say there are 3 parts to this: transaction, experience, and identity. This is the identity part. Scheels built great stores. Bass Pro built something you build your life around. And here's the last piece. When a town wants a Bass Pro, they don't just wait for one to show up. They fight for it. They hand over tax breaks. They help you pay for the building. Look at this. This is a real resolution out of Loveland, Colorado. They chased a Bass Pro for more than 10 years. One store. Why? They wanted a destination attraction, an estimated 500,000 visitors a year. So the city waived fees to build it, and the developer handed over 19 acres of land for $1. You got $1 right here, dude. This is how much they paid. That's crazy. A writer named Pat Garofalo added it all up. Since the mid-1990s, Bass Pro has pulled in almost $400 million in government help. That's the kind of money cities give to car plants. It went to a store that sells fishing rods. Absolutely wild.
Dude, what happened to your clothes?
I think we both knew this was the logical endpoint of the day for me, all right? Because here's the thing. I didn't begin the day thinking that oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna fall in love with Bass Pro or anything like that. I don't know, I didn't know much about it, I was indifferent. I'm coming back tomorrow, to be honest with you. But that's the thing, right? It's you don't build a store this large at this scale by accident. I think the whole thing is that it takes an errand and turns it into an entire day out. Dude, how long have we been out here?
6 hours.
Yeah, a long time. It takes a day out and then turns it into a place that you always want to come back to. The boats, the fish tanks, the weddings, the Santa photos, even the cities chipping in to build them. None of that was ever really just about, hey, sell this guy a hat. You know what I mean? Bass Pro Shops looks like a store, but Americans treat it like a landmark. I'll see you later. Now, if you want more on how other stores are carving out their place in a crowded retail market, check out our report on the 5 trends changing modern retail. Oh my God, this drink just broke. That is so not good. That is not good. Oh no. Oh no. That was not supposed to happen.